In the past decade, we have been facing a lot of issues related to climate change. Interestingly, according to WHO, which is the World Health Organization, between the years of 2030 and 2050, we can expect to see more than 250,000 additional deaths every year due to climate change. So in order to stop this, we need to make significant changes, and many countries are working on it. Countries have also allocated billions of pounds to reduce carbon emissions and to stop climate change. So what are the side effects of excess carbon dioxide, decarbonisation, and much more? Many of you might wonder, is this so important? Well, yes, it's important. Excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere can cause climate change. In fact, if we take the data from the past 100 years, we can see an increase in the temperature of the Earth's surface. It might sound silly, but this is far more threatening than you might think. Climate change can lead to global warming, and it can result in the melting of the glaciers, drought, frequent heat waves, and a lot more. And people are aware of this, but according to some researchers, 78 years from now, if the government does not implement any changes, then we can see an increase of 1.5 Celsius to 2 Celsius in temperatures. But what's the main issue? It's just a matter of 1.5 Celsius to 2 Celsius. Let's have a look at why it's so important. So according to some researchers, if the temperature grows by more than 1.5 Celsius, then 1 in 20 species of insects will disappear, and if that temperature increases by 2 Celsius, then this proportion triples. Coming on to the coral reefs, if the Earth's average temperature increases by 2 Celsius, then there is an increased risk that 99% of coral reefs will die. This could easily disrupt the whole ecosystem. Not only that, but there are many places on Earth where it's cold 24/7, such as Antarctica. If there is a rise in temperature, even by just 2 Celsius, this can cause the ice to melt. As a result, these species that are habitable in these sub-zero places become endangered as their natural habitat is being destroyed. We might have to face frequent heat waves that can take the lives of many people. Recently, a heat wave that occurred in Canada took many lives, and as per some statistics, more than 500 people were killed in Western Canada. This is just a glimpse, and there's a lot more than we can face if the situation gets worse. There are so many consequences, and these were only a handful of them. What if we say there was a 95% chance we will surpass an increase of 2 Celsius by 2100? So you might be wondering, what about the solution? Well, we're getting to that. So first off, what is decarbonisation? It is the term that means the reduction of carbon dioxide. This can be done by introducing different laws to minimise the products of carbon dioxide. According to the World Economic Forum, full decarbonisation is the only solution to climate stabilisation, and this is not going to be easy. And there are many steps that can help in reducing the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, starting with renewable resources. We are still dependent on fossil fuels, even knowing the side effects. Now it's time to focus more on solar energy, wind energy, and many other forms. Governments can take further steps to stop the extraction of fossil fuels, and gradually we can shift to other renewable sources that are not going to harm the environment. Next, we've got transportation. So transportation is one of the biggest culprits of high carbon emissions. The government can prevent it by pushing public transport, car sharing, and even encouraging people to invest in electric vehicles. This way, there will be fewer cars on the road, and most of them hopefully would be electric, which means less carbon emission. Now, what are countries doing to reduce carbon emissions? Well, there are more than 100 countries that are working towards reducing carbon emissions, including Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Panama, the list goes on. Also, China is committed to reaching carbon neutrality by 2060. Japan and South Korea are committed to reaching net zero emissions by 2050. Not only that, Australia took a major step to achieve the milestone of net zero emissions by investing $18 billion in carbon reducing technologies, and they are also expected to achieve it by 2045. The UK government has announced an industrial decarbonisation strategy, and with this strategy, they are expected to reach net zero emissions by 2050. This shows that many countries have a target to stop carbon emissions by 2050, which means we are on the right track. The whole decarbonisation process is not that easy. It will take time to see results, and if all countries really want to make this Earth carbon free, then we need to make changes happen immediately. Many countries have also reduced carbon emissions significantly, but there are still many countries left that need to be more active on climate issues.